Oops. Would be better if I'd switched my mic on. Can everyone hear me okay?
Property trading is instead of you punching.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Great. Just
Alert trigger.
would you
Alert triggered.
flipping the alerts going off straight away. So everyone can hear me okay, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
good.
hear you. I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Fantastic. We've just got an alert going off on USD Japani. Right, so let's get going. I'll just make sure this is streaming. Are we streaming live on here? It looks like we are. So, right, okay, let's get going. I wish I could find a way of putting the picture in the bottom left-hand corner, but no matter what you do with Zoom, it just doesn't do it. Never mind. Right. Well, you've got the reports are out. Well, I'll just quickly go through. We've got the ATR today on the FTSE, absolutely mental. 35 pip ATR today. While we've been running the room for the past 5 years, I've never seen an ATR this large. Volatility is huge. DAX 128 for our training accounts and the people that are learning in the room. Just untradeable with regard to on risk management with the bank size we ask you to use. So yeah, right. Dow, well, from the highs, we're 8. I just turned the ding dong off. Everyone's coming in the room. Bear with a minute. Let's turn the alerts off. You know what I'm like for the ding dong bells. Turn that off. Turn it off. Right. Okay. So it's on silent. Right. Okay. Great. From the highs, 8,500 pips has come off the Dow, and it's now nearly full bear mode. 19% off the highs. S&P full 22% down. Nasdaq 26% down. DAX 19.9. So we're well. The market is really coming off sharply, and good old FTSE looks like it's the good defensive index only come down 15% at 1,300 pips. The reports, so I won't labour the reports. I assume everyone reads them now since we get them every morning. Risk sentiment, blah, 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 things that we are interested in. Of course, we're interested in what's happened throughout the world. I'm not going to go over that verbatim because you all have the report and you can read that for yourself. Bit of extra reading I thought was interested on gold and also oil. And the recommendations for today, gold, long, Euro USD long, and Euro odd long with USD Swissy, USD CAD, and the Nasdaq Composite down. If we have a look at here yesterday, it was gold, Euro USD, and Euro odd, and yeah, worked very nicely indeed. And crude, USD CAD, and USD Swiss, they all worked. So that was really nice. These reports. These AI-driven reports that we generate every day seem to be working very, very well as a guide only. But we'll wait and see. Right, let's get cracked on. We are currently in Euro USD long and in the money. We're in gold and we're in the money. We're in USD Swiss and we're in the money, and we're in USD CAD, and we were when I started this conversation. Now we're £1 down. So nothing to get too worried about, and we'll review those. FTSE today, wow, markets are all coming off. One thing I will say, guys, is before we get going, if you can get a 1 hour pullback on any indice, well, DAX, FTSE, S&P, Wall Street, and also Nasdaq, I would put your fracker bots on. We did put the bot. We had the where have we got it? put all the bots on yesterday. A couple of them switched on, and we got one stop to entry for a pip, another just over 2% yesterday, and we're at 6% up this month, heading for 260% this year. And again, April, I've posted that in the Dirty Dozen room. March was 16, February 17, January 24. So things are moving on, and we'll be using the filters again today to see if we can get anything else. As far as the economic calendar is concerned, nothing really to worry about whatsoever in the trades that we're going to be looking at. So let's see what we're going to do today. I've not even put the levels up on the DAX. It is just untradeable at the moment as far as spike trading is concerned. But you can see yesterday we had a closing gap on the FTSE, never closed, 855. We've got three more closing gaps and extreme gaps on the FTSE as well. And what we're looking for is to close the gap today. Risk, we've got pivot risk. If we can spike up into Camarilla breakout, what time is it? About 3 minutes, we've got lots of time. You can see I'm not going to go over what everyone else in YouTube's going over, and Twitter and TikTok and the rest, about the misinformation yesterday. I think we've all been battered to death with that. Our focus is ripping money out of the market this morning. And to do that, we know economically what's going on in the world. It's in everyone's face. So we're technically trading the market today. Everything is down. At some point, we will find a base, but until that base is found, we are just going to be looking at short. So you can see we've got the pivot here, we've got the gap here, we've got ATR is 35 today. Is it 35? Let's check. I think it's 35, 35, 35. Wow, yeah, 35 and a half. And we're 85 pips to that gap. Is Jeff on board? Jeff. Are you all right, Jeff, after 9:30 to have a session?
Yes, mate. Yep. Thanks.
I've just got a list of people I remember you saying yesterday. Okay. Right. So we've got some pivot risk in the way. Ideally, this would be really nice if let's have a look at where we are here. These are the markets so volatile at the moment. Let's have a look. If we can get a spike up, that would be nice, but we can't ignore a breakdown, a direct breakdown. Look at unbalanced volume, we're down here. So what I'm looking for here is a fracker break. So this is a fractal break here, and looking for 1% trade, and we're looking for a direct break of that fractal, and we're looking at 33 pips as a stop. Now we've got to have a go at this. We've got to have a go at this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a line in the sand here, and I'm going, if we hit here, we are going to hit the mark, go short on the market with a stop. I think we need to stop at 36, guys, 36 pips. And we're going to go for that gap. We're open target because it's a lot larger. The other area that would be interested in is if the market, right, hopefully you got that fast. I'm too busy talking as per normal. Did everyone get that?
Yep, thanks, Jeff.
Right. I do tend to waffle on a little bit, and that was the actual trade there. It was 36 pips. If we fail at this level, then the stop should have been here, just above this level here. That's where the stop should have been. But it's difficult when you're trading and in a training room at the same time, trying to show people what to do and talk about it at the same time, and the rationale and why we're doing that. So that was the break there that we wanted to get through. Ideally with the stop above here, but I'm too busy talking. So well done to all those guys who smashed the button there. I had a feeling that might. So it's 28 pips. It was a 36 pip stop. So when we're looking here, that would be the target. But unfortunately, this is live trading, so things don't always go to plan as you'd like them. So there we go. So Euro USD's pull back, gold's pull back, USD Swiss a bit stagnant really, and USD CAD has pulled back as well. So what we're really looking for, we're looking for the market to close this gap. Let's just have a quick look here. Put that on mute. Right, good. Let's make sure that live stream's working. Great. Okay, so one thing I did see while we're waiting for this to happen, have I put this in the community room? Let's just have a quick look while we're watching this trade. Did I put it in the room? Ah, right, there we are. So if you haven't already looked at that, this is the NFP trade that we did on Friday. The actual trade itself took 10 seconds. Go and have a look at this if you haven't already looked at it. And what I will do, I will put the longer version on the setup. What I did is I did a voiceover. So if you want to see the trade, you can see it. You can see the setup. You can see what we did. And the 10-second profit. NFP, if you're not going to the NFP trades guides, then really you should. You're not going to get experience of NFP if you don't come. It's once a month. You only get 12 a year. 12 instances is not a lot of experience, and actually not turning up for them either. Now, if you're not into spike trading, then it's not for the faint-hearted. We have a hard strategy, and that's what we do. But have a look at the video. I will download the video in a normal download section, the normal recordings. It looks like we're going to get stopped on this, which is a bit of a shame, because that was the stop level here. That's trading fear. So we want this gap to be closed. I'm not going to come off this time frame. I'm going to stay on this time frame. It is a shame that we haven't got this. I'm just wondering whether I want to go for that gap again with the correct entry. Looking at this price action, unbalanced volumes down, it looks like the market is going to come down. And what we sometimes have a couple of goes at this, the risk reward is sufficient that we'd get all our money back. Ideally, the market will come up higher and we'll sell camera the breakout long. That'd be the perfect storm. So we're gonna do this at 83, guys. 84, sorry. 84. That's where the original stop should have been, and I was too busy talking. And we're going to move that all the way down to front run the close, which is 702. So we'll look at 704, 80 pips to get into that. You see the market usually comes down to where it's been to before. You can see late last night the markets came down here and people have took profit straight into this area here. The market is down, so we are really looking to short this. Just as a heads up, if the market does come up higher and we get the stochastic over the 70th percentile, then switch your breakout short bots on, because they'll do okay. I didn't post it yesterday, so I didn't. Did I put it in the room? I don't think I put it in the room. The bots, but the FTSE bot was okay. The DAX bot, of course, won as well. And let's have a little scamper into the trades that we're in. Let's have we'll put some alerts on this, put some alerts on here. If we get a breakdown of this 1 hour bar, you can see nice flat top on Heikin Ashi on the 1 hour. Not so much onto the 15 minutes. Nice pre-market action here in pre-cash, but we want to see this market drift on down and go into them. I'm just going to copy that chart and stick it onto a different screen just to keep an eye on that while we scamper around the markets. Right. Let's disconnect that chart. Right, okay. So we'll put an alert at the top here, of course, as well. If the market breaks up. So let's go and have a little look at gold first. Let's right, it's all a bit messy here because you see we've got the robots trading. The robots are trading at the moment as a trade that I have on here, as you saw early doors. I think I posted all these early doors. Right, yeah, gold. Yeah, here we are. This was gold. This morning we were 19 pips up, 27 pips up. You'll notice before someone comments, I had 5% leverage on this and I took all the profit as the market broke out of here, took all the profit, left 1% trade on, and the market's continuing to run. So that's good. Hopefully people have all seen these. Euro USD, Swissy USD CAD, all the different trades and setups. So let's just go back. Right, I'll just take these notices off now because these have happened. Let's turn the trades off for one moment. Zoom right out. You can see the market on the different technical basis. The market's come right down to the last phase wave high on the daily before the pullback, and the markets, phase 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Large 2 back down into this congestion area here. So is this the bottom? Well, we don't know. We do know we're overcooked here on the stotch. We don't usually use daily for intraday day trading. Daily movements really not particularly significant for a day trader wanting to be in and out in a few minutes or an hour or two. So that's the 4 hour is a better time frame. I've got a lot more granularity on what's going on. So you can see the markets drop down. All these blue areas for people who want to these are what I call soft tissue underbelly. It is what I mean by that is this is the action at the moment, and people generally look at the previous action. It's a secondary action here to determine what's going on with retraces and the like. But when you get this secondary action here, previous action, markets do have memories and they repeat themselves regularly, as you can see here. So when the action isn't something direct, but it is a watch out, something that we need to take and be mindful of, it's in blue. So you can see we've bounced right on the 200 EMA here. We've got an hour retrace back to the 61.8 Fibon. We've hit that now. The daily retrace to the 61.8 is 30.87, all the way up here. Will we get there today? Well, we don't know. You can see what happened yesterday with news markets all over the place. So with markets being like they are, the best thing to do is trade what you see, not what you hear. The market is always right. No matter what you think, the market is always right. The market is a result of lots and lots of people's actions or inactions in trading. What you've seen is a result of those, nothing more. So the market's always right because it's what people have actually done. Not about to do, but have done. So, well, is this the bottom? Well, we don't know. We're a series of lower lows and lower highs. If we break out of the hourly range, I think as soon as the market gets out of 3056, 3060 area, 3060 area, then we have some structural change on the hour, which is quite interesting. We are trading above the 9 EMA. Things are going really, really good. However, we're right into some previous resistance levels here, as you can see. So people will be taking profit into that area. 15 minutes. Now, I'll put these trades on. I mentioned this morning about a fractal breakout. I'll put the frackers on. You can see there's a fracker there. So put the order in for this structure to be broken. And once this structure has been broken, we're looking for the next wave, phase wave. So you got action 1 there, phase 2, another phase 1 up here, and I'm looking potentially for a phase 2 to come back down. As you can see, I took my profits out. I think I'll probably can this one that we did early doors because it's made a killing, and no one else is in apart from me. Any of the Aussies? Any of you guys trade gold early this morning?
No, I didn't. I was looking at the currencies.
Right. Okay. I'm just looking at where we were this morning. This is UK time frame. Oh, wow, look at that one. Just gets you a wee bit frustrated when you spot these fantastic candles. So, and the clocks have changed in Oz now, haven't they? So what was that? 1:30 UK. So 3 in the afternoon, wasn't it? 3:30 in the afternoon. What a lovely 15-minute bar. It couldn't be any better. The only way it would be better is if it was also trading above the 200 EMA, but very nice. Pull back. Okay, but wouldn't take that because the wick is larger than the body, and a lovely 15-minute bar there. Also, which was this fractal top here, and that's what we have actually taken in a delay. We obviously want to take a break of that bar, and the market made a decision candle here and then broke through. So we're in a bit of a potential congestion area here. We're the market, we had a bit of slippage in there. That should be 17 pips, and it's 16.98. But we've got 2% on there, and we're looking for a 4% return on that trade there, and looking for that to be over and done with today. Very early. I'm just going to have a look at the history. Right, okay. So looking at the gold bots. So we had a at 3:54 this morning, I would have stopped at entry and made a little bit of money. Market went in, got stopped at 4 o'clock at 6:42. The gold went in again and won. Gold went in again and come out at 7:20 for a nice trade as well, a full 2%. And then gold, that was me trading gold manually. So I've had a few hits on gold this morning, early doors with the bots. So that's okay. Right. Is there any questions? Is everyone in the room? Are you in gold today? It'd be quite interesting to understand. Nobody? Not even Andy?
Yeah, I was. Sorry, Matt. It's just finding me microphone. Yeah, I took the early one this morning. I'm out of it now. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Great. Great. Okay, well, we've got the bot running. We ignore the bots. The bots aren't part of our manual trading. They just trundle on in the background and and do what the bots are going to do. The market's moving up now quite nicely. And I think what I will do here is I'm going to put an alert on the top of this resistance here. And if and when we break out with a bottle hit before then anyway, well, which will be a nice trade. But if and when we break out of here, we can look at getting into some 5-minute fracker trading, some a bit fast and furious, and see what we can get out of gold. So let's just leave gold where it is. Do a quick look at FTSE before going to the FX. Wow, this FTSE is struggling. Struggling. It's these levels here. If we break these levels, then it's probably going to open up 79s. And then I'll be only interested in shorting from camera the breakout long or the 1 hour being overcooked. But you can see here from the price action, the high test candles, there is not a lot of willingness to, no one's putting the best foot forward and going for the buy. High volatility today. We expect the FTSE around about 12 as a normal volatility level, and we're at 35, so it's huge. So it's quite difficult to trade early morning when we're dealing with an ATR, an average true range of a movement of 35 pips. That's the average movement, and so we can quite easily get stopped out. But we have a strategy that works over 70% of the time, so we play the statistics. We keep the strategy on our side and we trade the market. Right. Forex. So, well, Euro USD. So early doors trades, we're up on the Euro USD. This is the trade. Can we get into the detail a bit? There we are. It's a 15-minute bar here. That was a fifth. So there's a few things he could have done here. Just get rid of this. So I put the signal in this morning here. So this was a 15-minute bar here, which was quite nice. Everything is trading the right direction. We're above the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute EMA. For people that might be watching this on YouTube, if you go down to the description, you can download the free guide to show you how to do these entries, how to wait for the setups, and how to be patient to get them. So that was the bar that I mentioned. While I was doing the analysis, another bar appeared, which was even better. And delete that, which is this bar here. The reason it's better because we have no rejection pin to any extent. This rejection pin is getting close to the same size as that body. And it's got a wick to the bottom. Here, we've got a flat bottom. Now, if the market's moving in the right direction and it's going to continue in the right direction, we wouldn't expect this bottom to be broken.
Alert triggered.
Bottom to be broken here. Gold spot editor, gold spot, gold spot.
Alert triggered.
Right, we need to go and have a quick look at gold. It's got some triggers. So what I've got here is an early trade here. Breaking this, I'm going to take that off rather than wait. And I'm going to
triggered.
An alert down here. And then we're going to have a look at our alerts.
Alert triggered.
Oh, that's Euro USD. So we're on Euro USD. So we don't need to look at that. This was a trigger looking at the market coming down. So let's go and do a little view of Euro USD. It's hit the targets already for earlier, well, for Monday, and you did. Hopefully, everyone did okay. And yesterday we had that exact trade there going long. Got the same rinse and repeat going back up again. So quick dirty analysis there. We've got a trend starting to form after this pullback, bouncing off this oblique support. Market's very indecisive with it. Indecisive with his, excuse me, indecisive with these candles at the moment. But if we're right, then the market will continue to go up here. I'm just looking at we've got some perfect setups here, perfect shorts, which brings us nicely to a short that we had on the list. So yesterday, USD Swiss was short, worked really nicely today. USD Swiss would be the top one to actually trade. And we'll have a look at USD CAD while we're here as well. So let's might as well use the filter. That's saying get ready to go short. And that will go all the way down to 5 minutes, that filter, and give you the opportunity to identify that the market is sprung loaded all the way, overcooked on the stop, ready to do its next leg. So there's one leg, phase one, all the way everyone. Phase two, don't know where the top of phase two is yet. And then the next phase wave coming down. That's if we're correct. It's not given, but it is, we get it right a lot more often than we are wrong. So let's zoom out. Markets, well, market has really come off, and we've played on this coming down, which has been quite nice. I do have a front run, as I mentioned yesterday, of 8,000. Alert trigger. 8,048 is the area that I'd like to get to. Let's have a quick look. We've got some more alerts going off, triggering. FTSE coming up a little bit. Take that off. So with the FTSE, really, when I look at, we'll have a look at that first, yeah, afterward as scamper around. So I think I'd be interested in putting some puts on the FTSE. And the whole market, the trades from being all in blue have all flip-flopped around, as you expect in high volatility areas. We either go straight to targets or we get a wee bit of a reversal. So we've gone from all blue screen to all red screen at the moment. So on the 4 hour, we're screamingly short. On the 1 hour also. The issue we've got as day traders, of course, is we're taking little slices out of the market rather than sitting on a market, using a daily chart, putting some really big stops in, really big targets, and just sitting for days, if not weeks, for your trade to come in, which is fine if you want to do that, which is, I prefer precision rather than overall movement. So we're certainly down negative on trend. We're negative on price action. We're trading under the 9 EMA. And so long as we're trading under the 9 EMA, the market isn't, the price action is negative. We need the bar to close above the 9 EMA to give us an indication that the market is then going to change like this. Market's trading above there and moves back through. Let's go down to 15 minutes. These are yesterday's trades. Just clear those off. That was a really nice trade, and then a second nice trade there. So what I was looking at here this morning, I'll put the frackers on again, was we had the market bouncing around here. So what I wanted to do is to get a trade, get a break of this fractal structure here with a stop above the next fractal phase wave going back up. So if we are right, that shouldn't be touched, and we can afford for a double tap here, and that will not be took out. We're looking for the market to run up, pull down. I was hoping the market would pull down and carry on as a nice wave down here, but alas, we've got some buyers in the market, and it's you would think, why are people buying a market? And you think, well, they want the heads read, but there's always people that like to try and catch a falling sword. They're always contrarian traders, and as long as we've got a strategy and we apply that strategy religiously, and that strategy works a lot more often than not, then you've just got to keep using it. Wait for your setup, wait for the trade. Now, let's analyze this setup. So I did say a fractal break. Now, we can take a fractal break, and we did, but also we could have looked at a 15-minute bar. Look at that. Entry does not get any better than this, really, because we've just come off a high on the 15. We're under the 200 EMA. We have a flat top red. The only issue we've got with this flat, can anyone tell me in the room what the issue is with this flat? With this, if there is an issue, what would the issue be on that bar?
Yeah, the red one.
Yeah.
The wick's too long, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. Spot on, Jeff. Yeah. Although we've got a flat top, we've got quite a lot of indecision in this price, mainly because of all these rejection points here. People are rejecting the same here. So although it's a flat top, it broke under the 9 EMA. The watch out is, it's a dodgy bar, if such a thing. So fractal break is probably the order of the day. The second bar here was a nice bar, and a break of that, which is half a pip different from where we entered, would have been a good stop. Now, the stop is above here, because we should not see this structure break this top. Now, we'll put an alert there as well. We can go there and have a little look if when it starts to come up to there. So you can see the market opened up, blip down. It's gone racing up, and now it's rejecting slightly. If we can, let's go into let's just look at its unbalanced volume. You can see on the OBV, you can see with quite a lot of participants in the market running up and now coming off slightly. Unbalanced volume is starting to come down. If we put that into the micro levels, it's probably negative. Not quite. Not quite at all. You can see the bulls still have it. The bulls still have it. As soon as we get a break here, I wouldn't use 1 minute. I'm probably 3 or 5 minutes is absolutely fine when we're doing 15-minute trading. See the markets turned over right there. So right in that candle, see that green candle light up when I put that there. That green candle, the OBV said the market's going to potentially come off. And then it followed through, and it did exactly that. And then here, big volume, market went straight up. So I think we could put that down into 5 minutes to stop false signals. But you can see on the unbalanced volume, market's not finished yet. It looked like it was finished here. We had quite a big rejection pin, and then we were a flat bottom Heikin Ashi there. So we're getting a look at that volume coming in. So we're getting a lot of buyers here. So let's see if our stop holds. Let's see if that holds. Let's see if people are taking profits into here. We have a perfect setup, starting on the setting up on the FTSE to go short, and on the DAX here. We'll just stay on here because the FTSE stopped again. So we need to have a look at what we're doing with our stops. The market has given us a slap in the face twice on the FTSE. Let's see what this is doing. We're up on gold still. Gold is staying with us, which is good. Well, best look at the live stream. I don't know if anyone said anything. Sorry. Right. Come on. The trouble with live trading is this is real life. And what happens in the real trading room, it's not typical YouTube speeded up film, slow down, picking the correct entry. This is what it's really like to trade. Can be boring. You have to be patient. You have to have a strategy, and you have to be consistent and apply strategy. What can we look at while we're? Can we look at some puts on that FTSE? Just have a look at the wow, look at all those bot opportunities. Right, okay, well, whilst we wait for our alert to go off, let's just have a quick scamp around, see what the algo's found. So, it's found Aussie USD, completely negative, 1 hour negative, and completely overcooked, ready to roll over. So let's just have a little look at that. So if guys are in the room, Aussie USD, we're an Aussie USD bot. We'll just have a quick look at what the 35 pip stop. Do we have the room? If we're going to let them unleash the bot. Oh God, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, I should say, sorry about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to unleash this Euro USD. So Euro USD, let's start the bot. Euro USD, we'll get it going, activate, gear wheels in. There we go. In fact, it wants 2.8. I only give it 2, so I'll give it a little bit more. Dunk. Right, so we've got Aussie USD rolling. I like Aussie USD. Right, well, this has absolutely smashed it, hasn't it? Cable. Don't really like the action on cable. do I want to go on to cable? Just let's have a look at that Dixie for its strength. Dollar basket. Dollar basket's getting ready for another phase wave going to the top side technically, which will drive the pound down. So there's another one. I'm not particularly keen on. Let's have a. We haven't really got a decent sort of pullback on this. This is you can see the market previously. How the market's not previous action. Get rid of all this painting by numbers. We've already traded those and they've already done the business. Is there something here we can have a look on the Fibbo? Well, it's not even done a 20% Fibbo retrace yet. It's not like the Aussie USD.
Alert triggered.
I think I'll probably leave that one. Not super high probability. I think what I will do on here is put the 1 hour on. Might have a go at doing that manually.
Alert triggered.
We've got some more alerts going off. USD Swiss is coming right to the top. Let's go and have a look at our USD Swiss. This is one that we were watching. Okay, split decision, negative, but market's having a pullback. This is a double tap here. We need this to hold now. So we've got Kiwi USD. So we've alerted cable, pound sterling. Wow. USD. No good. Right. So we are breaking structure here. So we now need to alert this. Let's have a look on the 1 hour. I'm going to alert a potential pullback into above the 50th percentile. And I'm now going to alert, this is going to be for later trading, of course.
Alert triggered.
The market, should it come back down? There. If it comes back up into this confluence area, then I'd be interested again. At the moment, not interested in the slightest after that structural blowout here. If we get another 15-minute bar, then we'll have to have a look at the shape of the candle and to see if it's worth doing, because we've had 15-minute bar here and it did not work. Just show you pictorially, there's a 15-minute bar. There would have been the stop here. And it got 3/4 of the way and then reversed. Right.
Alert triggered.
What are these alerts going off now? Euro USD. It's starting to come down.
Alert triggered.
And that one.
Alert triggered.
There's a robot coming in. Euro. So the
alert
bot,
triggered.
we've put the bot on USD, Aussie USD, and it's now jumped on trading and earning some rupees. We can leave that. The bot will manage the whole trade for us. Let's go and have a look at that FTSE. It's really, really bugging me, this the FTSE, it's just doing next to nothing. Got 20 minutes till we get the initial balance sorted out. And you can see here, we are on the 15-minute, we are not trading above the 9 EMA. The issue we've got, guys, is I'm asking you all to use a small account for trading, so keeping the losses to a minimal while we're learning to trade, which doesn't help us when we're trying to use 1% risk. The market's looking like it wants to close that gap, but we're going to have to I'm just thinking of a mechanism that we can use. Ideally, I would want to sell Camarilla breakout long here. That's what I'd like to do.
Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
Euro USD coming down. Just turn that off for the moment. Right, okay. Just got pipped at that post, knocking. I'm not going to go in again because I'm not going to take us beyond 2% on the FTSE. So if you're going to do a trade, it's going to have to be a discretionary trade. It's not an official trade for the room. That is really bad luck. With the high volatility on these markets, it's really bad luck. We do have a hole in the market that hasn't been traded. So really, you know, the market makers are trying to get this hole closed. This is a cash market hole. And this should get closed. Bear with 1 minute. Just gonna
Alert triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
just on a different machine at the moment. Hang on a second. I'm just going to put another trade on, but I haven't traded the FTSE yet. I'm going to trade the FTSE short for the first time. Now I've got a bit more space, a bit more room.
Alert triggered.
In a second. Right. Can we have a look at some? Let's just have a look at these options, guys. Looking at some puts, which I don't think I'd be interested. Certainly 79s. Wow, no chance. Let's forget them. The price is very expensive, so there's not even any put. The market's you know, identified as screamingly short. The issue we've got this, the average true range is so flipping big. So this is really the area we want to short from. But the market looks like, even on the Renko blocks, it's really coming down. So on balance volume is down and staying down. But that's huge. It's huge for the FTSE. Huge for the FTSE. So 65 pips is a huge stuff. I'm just thinking, would I go another, would I do a 0.5% on this? Just is failing, completely failing to come up, isn't it? Let's have a look. Would I do a 0.5% here? This the momentum here is we need 5 minutes has proven not to be accurate. Pre-cash and cash have stayed negative. Need a 50 pip stop for a 80 pip target. I've just got this like this 15-minute bar flat top is just a really nice 15-minute bar as well in the market. Not forgetting 15-minute bar strategies as well. I'm going to do 0.5% on this one, guys. And that's my max. And I'm just 52. I'm going to press that button because of this price action. And we're going to 52. I'm going to go down to that close. So the best we can do here is get 0.74, 0.75% back, because we're only risking 0.5%. That's the best we can do to save off the dent that we've had on the previous trades on here. Gonna put an alert all the way up here. Nice flat top. This market should, as I say, it should have come off. If we had a larger stop, we'd still be in the market, but you know, if it wasn't there, it'd be night. This is just the way the markets are at the moment. Right. Let's move off this one. I don't want to dwell on this one too any longer. The market is clearly down. The momentum is clearly down, so we really don't want to be involved. Let's get back to that Forex. What time is it now? We're at 10 minutes to look at what the initial balance might be. Look at this, and the market's come out. Good job taking that early profit, wasn't it, on that market? So here, we're now not interested in this until the market pulls right off. Again, just got to be patient. When all these systems work, it's just got a wee bit of a problem with all the volatility. So expecting the market now to come down into this level. Let's just have a look at the retrace level on point to point, not 15-minute point to point. It's a 78.6% retrace. If we can get that overall phased move down into here and then a 15-minute bar from here, then we need to wait. We just need to wait for that. Perfect storm setup, USD CAD. Getting ready. Again, waiting game. Let's go back to the bots. So some of the bots have other potential setups for the bots. So we've already got Aussie USD in. Let's come up again. Kiwi USD. Wow. That looks like it's potentially going to run, but one thing I'll be very careful of is phase waves going up 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Is it going to pull the second phase up here, or are we significantly overstretched on the 1 hour that the market's probably going to give it up? People are probably going to give up this this run. Don't know. That's quite interesting, that one. Where are we on the 4 hour? We're looking for the pullback. A 38% pullback. If we put the bot on, then it's not going to trade while the market's going up. Have you managed to put any of your bots on, Paul?
I haven't. I was looking at them yesterday. But
I mean, today.
no, I haven't. I got a bit lost in the in the lists.
Why have you changed your lists? Have you?
No, I couldn't find where waiting bots is, or is it bots in waiting?
Right, so we'll do one now because we're going to put the Kiwi USD on. So
Yep.
we'll go to trading. Then we'll go to the Pro Auto trading menu here. Click that, and then you'll see the bots that aren't trading, and you'll pick out the Kiwi USD. Have I loaded a Kiwi USD? Oh, I've not loaded my Kiwi USD. So let's go back to my bots. Version 4. Have I got a Kiwi USD even? I actually haven't. I actually haven't got one loaded in my machine, so I need to do that. I'm obviously not going to do the configuration live. In fact, do you know what we'll do? If anyone in the room wants me to do a configuration on the Dirty Dozen room on Friday, I will go through step by step and record it and how to use the breakout engine to trade anything. And if you can send me a
Alert triggered.
if you send me a listings
Alert triggered.
a list in Slack, then we'll get on and we'll do that. So Kiwi USD,
Alert triggered.
that one. In fact, what I will do is offline.
Alert triggered.
Times it now, it's 9 o'clock. We'll trade just after 9, and then what I will do, I'll do the bot and I'll put it into the Dirty Dozen room. So I'll put it into this room here with the bots, and then you can pick the bot up there. Nobody wants to watch me do bots. Lodge your penny.
Alert triggered.
Too close to 200 email. Let's have a look at our alert. Triggered FTSE. I don't believe this. Is this bloody FTSE going back
Alert
up?
triggered.
It's flipping my legs, isn't it?
Alert triggered.
It is. It's going back on.
Alert triggered.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it is pushing new highs as well. So we're out of here. This looks like it's going to break us out.
Alert triggered.
Trials and tribulations of a day trader, I think. Gone. Right. Now just after, I will not trade this again now. You can see here we still have not broken above the 9 EMA. The volatility is so high. We're getting such large movements in single candle
Alert
movements
triggered.
that
Alert triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered. Alert triggered.
I just take these off. That is Euro USD coming down to the buy-in area. Right, you know. As far as doing the gap today on the Dow, I'm going to give that a miss as well. The gap on the 5-day ATR on the Dow is 1,444 pips. The minimum distance away from the Dow needs to be 216, and the ideal 30% ATR is 433. And we know after 250, the chances of that gap being closed diminish significantly. So it is just not worth trading that Dow. What I would say is look for a 1 hour exhaustion count on all the Northern European, Northern American indices today, and switch the bot on for that. We did well out of that yesterday, and we did okay with the trading, but today goes to show you can't win every single day.
Alert triggered.
What we can do is be patient and wait for our setups. Euro USD is another one that is a setup. So let's just go back and have a look. Took some early profits on Euro USD. This is the bounce that I'm looking for. Just have a quick look at Aussie USD. What's happening there? So the bot's moving down, doing okay. Is there a trade we could follow? Could we follow that bot using a 15-minute or a fracker? There's a fracker. on a 15. There is a beautiful, I don't know why I should say beautiful. There is a nice 15-minute bar here. It's under the 200 EMA. It is also under the 9 EMA. It is lovely. The issue we've got again here with market conditions. Now this will manage, this will manage, I'll show you. Once we get to, where is it? Once we get to 10 pips, beyond 10 pips with the spread, if the market reverses, then this will move the stop to entry to make sure it cannot lose. So that'll be quite nice. The actions are on this code are all after bar close, so it has to, it runs on 5 minutes. So if on a 5-minute bar close, which is in 3 minutes time, we do have 10 pips under the belt or 10.1, you'll see that line come down to here automatically. Is anyone interested in trading quite interested to see that structure broken and the market will come down? Anyone interested in doing Aussie USD?
Yep, I would be, Steve.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a bit late for putting a bot on now, but there's a USD CAD bot there. I'll show you how to do the USD CAD bot while we're waiting, because I'm going to put the USD CAD bot on as well. So the CAD bot is coming on. So, oh, wrong way. Sorry, let's go back. It's nice and stretched out there. So let's put Aussie USD so we can watch this one. And then we'll put the USD CAD because it's telling us that's ready to rock and roll. So USD CAD, we'll put that out of the way here. So USD CAD, there's a US key. So look at the USD CAD bot. Look at the balance you're trading on, 16 pip stop. So you, for your account, you're gonna need 2. So go into here, clunk, activate, gear wheels orange, gear wheels going green. That means the bot's been sent to the server. So USD CAD plus USD odd are in place. So we've got a potential 4% on those. So let's wait and see. 28 seconds to go. So the stop to entry function is not activated. Not yet. If we can see some structure broken, then I'll be quite happy to trade that. We will alert that bottom here. I've got a 15-minute bar there. Where would that go? But we're not trading, we're not doing that 15-minute bar. We're using a bot to do that. So I think to ensure, because we've seen the markets, moving quite sharply today. Oh, if we can see this structure broken, then we've got plenty of meat on the bone for a retrace, the market coming back down. Back down into these levels. I'll just put the 4-hour level on. There we are. There's plenty to play for coming down. Just quickly go to Euro USD. I've alerted that bar there, haven't I? So let's go to that Euro USD. So the market's now dropped down into this area. We are trading above the 1-hour EMA. We've hit the oblique support. That should have helped the market make a decision to potentially buy. It's all psychological. We're stretched and pulled back on the stock. So the ideal thing now this could take a while. If you look, these are all 15-minute bars. So there's that 1.5 hours, 2 hours, 1.5 hours of awful action here before it took off. Whereas here, there was a nice bar there. Stop under the swing low, and the market would it would have been a bit of a stressy time, but it would have worked. That one was a better bar with a stop under here and an easy 1-to-1 or better there. Now, what you don't want to get into is it's going to bounce, so I'll take the opportunity and trade early here. That is a rookie mistake. Let the market tell you it's finished coming down. Let's have a look at the... All right, hi guys. Oh, excuse me. Right, come on, let's get a trade off. Let's get into the detail a bit to make it a bit more spicy. So you can see previously markets bounced off here, bong, donk, donk, and now it's done the same here. If you're going to be super aggressive, the 5-minute fracker would do. But I don't want to, with the markets being like they are at this juncture, I think the fool and his trading accounts are easily separated. So let's not play the fool. The thing is, you from a psychological point of view, just to go over things, you think because it's happened because the market has previously been bouncing off these levels, not so much there, but pretty close, then you would think that, well, if it comes here again, I'm going to take the initiative and trade. But you really do not know whether the market is finished or not. You just don't. And if you follow the discipline, so hide that, the discipline of a fractal, or there's a fractal. I'll put the fractals on and talk about fractals and 15-minute bar at the same time. So there's a 15-minute bar, which is also a fractal. And it's above the 200 EMA. That doesn't, trading doesn't get any better than that setup. It just doesn't. The thing is, would you have been around? Well, no, it's 11:15 at night, so you just wouldn't have been around for that trade. You just wouldn't, unless you're in Oz and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you're fine. So I'm just looking at this, the psychology of trading off these obliques. Market come down again. These are your fractals. We're still on a 15-minute for the time being. Not good. Wick is bigger than a body. Lovely bar. There. It isn't above the 200 EMA, but you've got a reason to trade it. The reason you're trading this is because it's actually trading above the 9 EMA and you're in a strong trend anyway. And if you had traded that one, there we go. There's a 1-to-1 roughly, something like that. Easily done. If you are trading with a trend, and we've been trading with a trend and we failed trading with a trend, so it just goes to show it doesn't work all the time. Another bar there, there's another bar there. That one would have worked. But then we get to a point where you get the market's really choppy here, really, really difficult. The market, right, okay. To watch out for when markets pull down, the ideal position is when it pulls down to a previous consolidation area. There's a consolidation area. So you can see here into this consolidation area and just look at where the market's closed. So you pick a few of those into the bottom with the wicks. And the market's pulled back down here. So it's pulled back into a consolidation area. If you then, you can move that across a wee bit and wait for the markets to do the same. Next time we go for a trade, we've got a bounce here, wick too long, wick too long, absolutely no chance. Lovely bar, but never broke. And then the markets come back down to the consolidation area. And again, it's coming down in, well, not really a consolidation, to be fair. It isn't. It's coming up to this oblique resistance. The markets, there's a bar here. Again, it's just got to be patient. It's easy being patient going backwards and cherry picking as the trolls say. But there's another trade. Would that have worked? It would have took quite a while to work. April, I saw that would have hit in the morning. So it's only a day. Long time in the day traders. Arsenal, of course. Nice bar there. Didn't break. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. That's a nice bar. There's another one. There. There's one there. There is a better one there, which is a flat bottom with the same stop. Both of those would have worked. The market's now pulling down into the top of this consolidation here and hitting this oblique. Now, the undisciplined trader would just say, well, it's happened before, so it's going to happen again into this area. And they might be right. But we have a strategy, and our strategies went for a 15-minute bar, or it's went for a 5-minute fractal. So you have to do that. You have to have the discipline. It's not good going back and cherry picking. Yes, yes, it was good. So of course that will win. Oh, there's nothing to tell you it's going to win at all. Nothing. So you need to wait. What time is it now? It's 15:15. Does anyone want to stay on and wait for this 15-minute bar setup and trade it with me?
Yep, I will, yeah.
Stick around too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. The thing is, it's not good thinking that people, maybe YouTube or people haven't been in the room before, think trading is not easy. Strategies are easy. Yeah, they're easy. They're easy to learn. The hard bit is being patient and having the resilience to stick to your strategy and only trade when the market tells you it's ready and not before. Let's get rid of this bullseye. We hit the bullseye. So probably half an hour, and it's pretty boring, I know. It's a shame you can't speed the video up like you can on YouTube, isn't it? It's pretty boring. So what you can do while you're waiting, I'll just have a quick check. Have I got this on recordings? Right, recordings. Let's have a look here. Right. Right. Okay. So I sent you the link, Paul, here on our session yesterday. If you could let me know when you've downloaded that, and then I can delete it off the recordings. So
Yeah, I I downloaded it and I watched it. I watched it yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay. I asked you if you would let me know so I can delete it off the
Oh,
message.
did you? Sorry. Yeah, I did. Thank you. And
Not a
I'll
problem.
be watching it again. And I probably need another hand-holding session, I'd say. But there you go.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's what I'm here for.
The two that I was looking at this morning, Steve, were they candidates? I was just looking around. Aussie yen and sterling yen, were they candidates for bots? They're just about 7 o'clock.
Were they? I've no idea. The bot, it's live.
But just looking at them on 1
These
hour.
are. Let's keep on the subject a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've downloaded the recording of the NFP. That's what I was going to talk about, and then we'll come on to. So, at the moment, where is it? If you want to have a look, that's a YouTube one. Click on that, and that will show you the NFP strategy. You can download that. What I will do is sometime this week, I will download the version of all the waffle in the room when we're doing the NFP trade on Friday, and then you can see the nuts and bolts of everything for the trip. We spent about half an hour talking trading and other things as well, and I'll record that. But this, if you want to see the strategy set up, you can get your strategy and have a look at this, and you can watch it actually work. I won't play it now because there's no point, because we're on YouTube anyway. There's no point streaming a YouTube video on a YouTube stream. But have a look at that. It is in the. Just have a look. I don't want to get it running. I'm just gonna. I'm almost certain that it's there. Where are we? There we are. Me. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There. So it's a recording of an actual live session, and it goes into detail of exactly how we did the trade, and it records the trade actually working. So have a little look at that, and then you'll be able to see if it might entice you to come to the next NFP live session. So let's go back to Paul. And you wanted to look at, we've got 10 minutes left here. So you mentioned cable, Paul.
No, sterling yen and Aussie yen.
Right. Okay.
Starting with the 1 hour.
Right, let's have a look. So this morning, right, okay. So you ran about early doors this morning, where you? It would have given a signal at around about 6:30.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. No,
So yeah, you were absolutely spot on. Yeah, it would have done. Yes, it would have done.
okay. And the Aussie yen then is the other one.
So
I'm just trying to, get it into my head what they look like. I mean, it's
yeah.
easy, but just to do it.
I'm just looking at the 6:30. Did it have the legs? Oh wow. Yeah, I missed that. I missed that one. I should have put the
Sharpen up.
Yeah, flipping heck, I missed that one. Yeah, there's so many pairs to make money on, and they're easy. That's why we need our little robots to tell us. There's a Euro Swissy there as well now. So right, okay, what was the other one?
Aussie yen.
Aussie yen. At what time? We would have had a signal, that was yesterday. Today, all right, that has probably, oh, that we haven't got the, where's the botter? Send me a link for 10:30, just going to have dinner. Oh, right, okay, all right, Jeff, no problem. What time is it now? It's for 10:30. Oh gosh, yeah, it's yeah, 10:30. That's 7:30 at night, isn't it, for you? Right. Okay, no problem. I'll send the link, Jeff. Right, let's keep on here. Frackerbot. So that's come off now because it's dropped below the 70th percentile. But yes, that would have put a signal in to do the Aussie Japani. Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Thanks for looking at that, Steve.
Yeah, no problem. So there's lots of stuff to do here. You can see it's started to come off where that signal, and it's just quite interesting. Let's have a look at the heat wave, where we are on the Richter scale. So at the moment, the Kiwi's 5.6 and the US dollar is 4. So this is like driving a car looking through the rearview mirror, but they're a reasonable indication for slower movements. But yeah, we've got the market coming off. Everything is looking like it's down, and the confirmation of the market coming down is here. So if you remember last time, we said if it breaks here, it's a confirmation that the phase waves have stopped going up. There is nothing. If there was something to this side where the price action was similar to this, without these spikes, you'd expect the market just to do it, put in a reversal and come down. But it's getting a bit of a revival at the moment. But on balance, volume is certainly down, which is obviously reflecting down here. So there's a fracker that you could take. It's not perfect. We're not under the 200 EMA. It's not perfect. It looks like we broke 5-minute structure here. So there's a fracker, potential fracker trade coming down on the 5-minute. There is a 15-minute bar there, which is also, we're right on it this moment, for the market to come off here. There's a fractal. We're under the 200 EMA. We're trading under the 9 EMA. The market is overstretched. The only watch out is this. The market is on an exhaustive count. Will this entice people to buy? We don't know. I've got to wait. I think if the market breaks here, all bets are off on a 15-minute, as a second 15-minute bar there under here, which is also a fractal. And really, you've got to take that one. You can't not take it, really.
Crude was a cracker as well too, Steve, this morning.
Crude, yeah. Let's have a look at the FTSE. This bag of FTSE. It's just not wanting to go up in the slightest, is it? It's just not wanting to go up at all. Where's my mouse? Which screen is my mouse on? Here we are. So we one pick down on Aussie USD. We're just in the blue on gold. Right, let's go back and see where we are with that Euro USD. It's quite interesting, really. Watch it. I can see the concurrent watchers on YouTube, and it does make me laugh. All the butterflies on YouTube, they flick in and flick out, wanting to be entertained. I suppose, yeah, if you've got an entertainment channel, then you're better going on to the baseball cap wearing wafflers. You're not going to get that here. It's just raw trading. But the attention, I'm just having a look. The attention span of the average viewer is 20 minutes, which I guess is better than a normal video. It's about 30 seconds, I think the stats are, something like that. I think you need to be entertained. I don't mind if we can help even one person, then it's worth doing the stream. Certainly. Come on, this is what we actually want, and it's really boring, but this is exactly what we want. We don't want after the market coming down quite briskly. We want a lovely hesitation. Ideally, it'd be further down here, followed by a nice 15-minute bar. So it'd be nice if we get, can we see a little hesitation bar? There isn't anything really. There's hesitation bars here, small bars here, and then putting in a nice bar here to trade. That would be good. That would be nice. So we've got 1 minute to go for the next 15-minute bar, and then that will be the trade. And we're on at 9:30 at the moment. I've obviously hacked some YouTubers off because they've left. Never mind. We're not here for entertainment. We're here to trade. But if you are watching on YouTube, you don't have a 15-minute bar guide, go down into the description below on this live stream, and there will be a link where you can download your free guide, and then you can watch at your heart's content, really, in your own time frame. And if it helps, then that's great. Has anyone seen the NFP video?
Yeah, I watched it, Steve.
Right,
I
okay.
haven't seen it yet, Steve. No.
It seems a shame you have to do a flashy thumbnail and some gimmicky just to get people to watch and then hopefully learn. Because if you don't have a scalded cat or a fluffy duck or a fluffy kitten, people don't click on the thumbnail to actually learn something. But never mind. I shouldn't say all these things. These are the sort of things that lead you to getting banned on YouTube, isn't it? Right, okay, we're getting a lovely, this is what we're wanting now. Now we want this to be, so the perfect entry now, well, you know, it's good that we're doing this live, is for this market on the 15-minute to close above the 9 EMA. That's what we want. All right, Simon. Thanks, Simon. You're right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't believe everything you see on YouTube with the fancy videos and quick wins. As you can see, it's just not true. Oh, we're just rubbish in the room. The market is the market, and it does what it does. Right. Oh, we've got crude coming up here. So we've got 13 minutes to go. Let's have a little flick onto that. Let's have a little flick onto crude. I think Paul mentioned that in the room earlier. I left crude alone because it was spike, it was doing some horrible things for a day trader. And we had the bot on, and it didn't trigger, and I wonder why. Because it moves so flipping quick. Right, let's get clearly short. Clearly still short with these spikiness. And the bot, did I have the, was that on, did that go on the bot, or did I have the right fracker on? No, it didn't come on here. It was on the stop and reverse on the 4-hour trading, wasn't it? Let's have a look at that 4-hour stop and reverse. No, it can't have been on 4-hour stop and reverse. What horrible action. Market's clearly negative, but we are grinding. This grind up will not help the FTSE come down. This will, because 26% of the weight in the FTSE are oil companies. You know, if oil, crude and Brent, they all start running up, it will pull the FTSE up. Let's just have a quick look. Is that FTSE dribbling up? Actually, it isn't. No, it's static, isn't it? It just does not want to go anywhere. It's just going since we opened at 78.13 and we're 78.4 at the moment. So we've not even 10 pip movement in an hour and a half. Markets are so indecisive just at this very moment, which is understandable. But so we're got Aussie USD on, Kiwi USD. I need to do that one. Aussie Swissy. Let's have a look at that one. Still very similar. One thing I should do, some of the documents that we've got, we're looking at correlations. Oh, I don't think I have that on my website for people to download and look at. Guaranteed no one in the room's read it. I think that was just an indulgent document that I wrote. What about where have we got? Has anyone in the room, and this is on the website as well, read this one?
Yeah, I've read that, Steve.
Oh, right. Some people, all right, okay.
Yeah, I've read it. That's a great article.
All right. And
Doesn't stop you from making the mistakes, though.
again,
Doesn't stop you from making the mistakes, though.
it doesn't stop you from making the mistakes, does it? It's quite interesting, really. I don't suppose I do put any links out on YouTube about this, but this is free to download off the website about mastering emotions and trader psychology, mastering your mind on trading and setting, continuously educating yourself, yada, yada, yada. But it's on the website, and I don't know why people don't get it, because it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's based around a lot of the stuff on emotional intelligence and everything are based around, if you've heard of Steve Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I started writing that book article, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Traders, I got bored of doing it. I thought, no one's going to read this. If they can't spend more than 20 seconds on YouTube, they're not going to read an article. But it's right, some of the things, some of the habits that you have to form, sharpening the saw, making sure, you actually are prepared, measure twice, cut once, very old adage, but they're absolutely right. Make sure you're right before you press the button. First, seek to understand, habit 3, before being understood. People are too busy spouting or trying to understand the market without actually being understood from listening to people. That's horrible. I'm just looking at that action. You couldn't draw a more of a rubbish chart, could you, really? Right, get back to Euro USD and stop my waffling. Dear. This is going to take quite a while. It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to stay here for 2 hours waiting for this. I think what we'll do is I've got Jeff in less than 1 hour on a session, so I need to go and get some breakfast. So I think this isn't going to set up in 15 minutes. It's going to take another 2 candles yet, so that's at least another half hour. But what I will do, I'll keep the screen up and I will send some screenshots for you to make sure we do get that trade. Before I go, I just want to switch on the IB. If you remember, we have initial balance indications, which in this type of market are pretty good. So if you go and do your IB, show it. So this is showing you the highs and lows of the first hour of trading. So let's get rid of the cash pivots for the moment. So you've got the highs and the lows. The market is clearly negative. So what I would, 2 things you can do. You can be aggressive and short the initial balance high here. That wouldn't be my preferred option. That is a possibility though. But ideally, you want the market to push on initial balance. If the market then tests this and then breaks away from the top, take the first 1 minute fractal. The first 1 minute fractal above there. If the market breaks down under the initial balance and then comes off, I'm going to get, and if the market comes down, puts out a fractal and then a fractal top here, take the initial balance fractal on the inside. Much higher probability trade of winning when that actually happens. So you're looking for the market really to put in a fractal bottom here and then move back up and then put in another the market's moving there, and then you're looking for that fractal trade. You're looking for the distance between the break of the fractal and the top of the fractal there and doing a 1-to-1 within the balance. Here, because the market is down and you're trading under the 9 EMA, what you're looking for is a market to break the initial balance, come back to test the initial balance, then take the first 1 minute fractal down. And you'll be taking that all the way down as far as you can and do continual 1 minute frackers for as long as you can. So the IB on there. We can, I've not put the levels on the DAX, don't need to, it's negative at the moment. But push that down, the IBs on there, so you can see the initial balance. This is what I mean, but the reason I've stood away from the DAX is because this is ludicrous. I would say this, we were looking normally for 80 pips, 300. The volatility on the DAX is enormous. So what I think I would tend to do is not trade initial balance on here. I'd wait, like we did yesterday, I put it in the room. Wait for the market to pull back. Ideally it'd be an hour, but you don't need it. If you can see 15 minutes, in other words, a market extended up here and all the way up here, put the fracker on. Sorry, put the bots on, and then that can it will do the trade for you. It's got one way of getting in, 3 ways of getting out, and works really well, as you know, on the risk management side. So that will look after you. It will look after your emotions as well. Who sent me a note? Jeff. Right, okay. Right, well, I'm going to go now, guys. And I will keep an eye out for you on Euro USD. But what you're looking for is clearly a 15-minute bar.
Stephen, on that euro dollar, can I just ask you, the 1 hour stochastic isn't where you'd like it to be, is it, or
Doesn't
are you
matter.
happy with that?
Don't matter.
No matter.
Doesn't matter where the 1 hour is, because we're trading on a 15-minute.
Alert triggered.
And the reason the reason it doesn't matter is what we've got here is an oblique resistance line here that the market is appears to be constantly bouncing, and yes, it has again now. The perfect storm would be for the 4 hour to be completely pulled back.
Alert triggered.
The 1 hour, the 15-minute, and the 5. But you can't always have everything lined up and perfect.
Alert triggered.
Reason probably why
Alert
the market
triggered.
is not. Let's get rid of the. Is that you sucking on your pipe again?
Sorry, yeah.
It comes up on the mic really well. That actually, that here, Paul's in. He's giving it some on his vape. I'll get rid of the trigger on here. Get rid of the USD Swiss. Right. So the reason we're probably having issues with the market pulling back is because we're pulling back to the top side is because it hasn't finished everything on the downside yet. Here it pulled back down here, pull back down here, pull back down here. Hasn't pulled back yet. That's why you have to be patient. Although at the micro levels, the level that we're going to trade at is looking quite good. It's telling us it's not ready just yet.
Okay, thanks, Steve.
Okay, no problem. Right, guys, I'm going to go. Bye for now. See you next Tuesday. I'm just writing this into YouTube. Right. I think we're going to go there. I'm going to end the stream now.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, that's the stream ending.